And welcome back. Now, with less than a year to go before millions are expected in Paris for the Olympics, a wave of widely publicized reports of bedbug infestations has put French authorities under pressure after a string of viral posts on social media showing specimens crawling across the seats of trains, cinemas, and subways. Photos of bedbugs are now being splashed across newspaper pages, and the insects have been discussed endlessly on television talk shows around the country in recent days, fueling nationwide anxiety. Take a look at this.
Bugs. The entire city is infested with bed bugs, from people's living rooms. This exterminator says, here we see the excrement of the bed bugs, some eggs which are stuck especially behind the seams. To the Paris metro and high-speed trains to see if there were crawlers on my...
I don't know if you guys saw this, but the Paris Fashion Week just happened, I think. And I saw online comments of people saying, please don't bring those things to our country. If you're coming back home, please just make sure that you stay there for a while. Because COVID has given us trauma. Yeah. Okay, so kama mato na sindi uko malinyimko, just stay there with your bed bugs. We
nataka kusema kitu controversial. But ninajua watu wengi wanaifikiria.
Watasema nini?
Watu wanakuwa wachafu. Hiyo ndio kweli. Watu wanakuwa wachafu, na ukiona hizo kunguni, the size of those kungunis, these are not things that they just discovered in the morning when they woke up. Those things are zinatoshana na cockroach, zinatoshana na mende.
They've been there.
Ziko kubwa karibu size ya kidole. Hiyo ni kitu mtu amekuwa akiona ana ignore. Mimi ninasema hivyo kwa sababu ninajua kuna wakati nimewahi patikana na kunguni kwangu. Najua tuliumia, najua tulisafa, lakini haikutoka hapo ikaenda kwa neighbor, ikakuwa iko kwa matatu, ikakuwa watu walikuwa wanaona wana ignore. Kwa sababu ile uchafu iko huko.
Makena ni ukweli? Ni ukweli ni wachafu?
We think it, he says it.
Oh,
thank you.
Yes. So there's a lot of truth to that. Because, you know, I mean, Cindy, when you think about it, it cannot, Mato does have a point. How does it get that bad that fast?
A whole city.
What do you mean the trains, subways, cinemas, your houses, schools, people can't do anything, they can't move?
So France has a very, very big migration issue. There are a lot of illegal immigrants who are flooding France, and because they don't have anywhere to house them, what happens is the charitable NGOs give them like beds and stuff, and they sleep on the street. Now it has double multiplied with what's going on in Italy and all that stuff, and the Ukraine. So it's just a big migration hub. There are lots of refugees, people from across the country, the world, who are staying in Paris with nowhere to go, and it is becoming unsanitary. Go on TikTok and just search dirty Paris. Let me tell you, it is so unsanitary. All the romantic things that we see on TV, it has rats, overflowing sewage, homeless people all over the place. So of course there's going to be a big bedbug infestation. What they need to do is eradicate before the Olympics, because now the Olympics is it's an international event. You're going to get people from across the country. Nobody wants to be in a subway when they don't want to sit because they'll get bed bugs. Number two, they need to find a humane, and I stress a humane way of resettling or doing something with the immigration situation, so we don't have legit immigrants who need a place to stay and a place to live because their countries are hostile being told to sleep under the bridge.
Yeah, and you know, here we talk about maandamano, but I don't know if you guys have seen those videos of the demonstrations that are endlessly going on within the city of Paris. Not to mention how racist they are, reportedly.
There's something happening with France. Like the chickens have come home to roost. Because if you start looking at the situation in Niger, vile kuna happen huko, and some of the other West African countries wenye wamefukuzwa, so, and the prices at which they were buying some of the raw materials, wameambiwa sasa lazima mnunue na bei ambayo iko kwa soko. Unanunua kitu 2 cents, soko inauzwa $200. Hiyo ni nini bana? So ni kama imeanza kuwaramba. Ile kuwaramba inawaramba pole pole.
Yeah.
Things are crumbling.
Okay.
And then it's nice, especially as an African, coming from a history where we have been labeled as dirty. It is so nice that this is not an African problem.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Do you remember how these guys rode out Ebola?
Yes.
Well,
And how happy are we that also COVID did not...
COVID was not an African problem because if it was,
not even
Shindwe.
not an
we would
African
still
problem.
be
Till
in the red
today.
list.
Africa survived COVID.
Till-
Yani ilikuwa princess treatment ya
Ndio
COVID.
nakwambia kama
Hey.
COVID ilikuwa imeshika Africa vile Ebola
Yeah, ingekuwa
imeshika.
mbaya.
Every African
Ingekuwa
country
mbaya.
would be in the
Yeah.
red list.
Until
So,
today, by the way, we still could not travel to Europe or anywhere in
to
the West.
date.
Anyway, McKenna, real quick, yes, darling?
yeah, so I honestly about the homeless, they should really do something. Vile tu Cindy amesema, they should really do something about the homeless. Lakini pia wako wasafi waoge, washe.
Okay.
sabuni ni poa.
That's all. Hey.
Washa vyombo. Anyway, you know,
Washa
I really
vyombo.
want to add on to what Mato said, but I just like, you know, I mean, it's been an ongoing theory for the longest time.
That
and then
we
not
are
only,
filthy. We are
not only
uncivilized.
do a certain group of people not shower all the time. Actually, by all the time, I mean every day. They also don't brush their teeth every day. And
They
I'm just
don't
like, here
change
we
their
are.
liquor.
Hata tuna
Yes.
maji na tunaoga mara tatu.
Na cologne si usafi.
Yeah. You know, I don't know. Anyway, now a dramatic CCTV